My name is Calder Reeves, a xenobiology intern sent to the frontier world of Dalare, a planet painted in violet forests and silver blue skies. It was supposed to be a routine field assignment. Observe local fauna, collect soil samples, write a report, try not to get eaten. What I didn't expect was her. It was my third night in the field when I heard the rustling. At first, I thought it was one of the six-legged panther-like predators that haunted the canopy. I grabbed my shock rod, ready to scare it off. But instead of a beast, a figure stepped out, tall almost 7 feet, lean, skin shimmering like polished stone, eyes bright and softly glowing. A humanoid, a sentient, and unmistakably young, not a child, but someone my age. She raised her hands, palms open in a universal sign of peace. "Human," she said in accented Terran, "please do not fear." That was hilarious because my knees were actively considering collapsing. I'm not afraid. I lied. She tilted her head. "Your sense says otherwise."
"Great.
"Aliens can smell fear."
Perfect."
"My name is Lethra," she said, "of Clan Silverin." I sensed distress. "You cried out." "I had a nightmare," I admitted. Her silver eyes softened. "Nightmares mean the mind walks without guidance. That is dangerous on this world." I didn't understand what she meant, but she stepped closer, carefully, like someone approaching a wounded animal. She wasn't hostile. She wasn't threatening. She looked lonely. "Why are you out here?" I asked. Her gaze flickered to the forest behind her. "My people do not sleep near me. My dreams frighten them." That made zero sense, but I could hear the ache in her voice. When the night wind shifted, she shivered. I suddenly realized she was alone, far from her settlement. Wandering in darkness, she feared as much as my nightmares. "Do you want to sit?" I asked, gesturing to my campfire. She hesitated, then slowly nodded. That was the moment everything changed. Middle, the night we shared. Lethra sat with perfect posture, hands resting in her lap. But her eyes kept drifting toward the fire, glowing with fascination. I could feel her studying me like I was as unfamiliar to her as she was to me. "Human," she said softly, "your face moves more than other species. It's called expressions. They make you easy to read." "That a bad thing?" "It is rare," she whispered. "Rare is not bad." I swear my heartbeat got louder. We talked for what must have been hours. She told me her people were called the Thaurin, telepathically sensitive, deeply communal, and bound by something she called dream weaving. They trained to share dreams, thoughts, emotions. But Lethra couldn't. "When I sleep among them," she said, fingers trembling, "my mind rejects theirs. I disrupt the dream weave. I break their harmony." "So they isolate you?" I asked. Her voice cracked. "It is for the good of the community." "I understand. I obey." "But she swallowed. "I am alone in every night." It hit me then hard. This girl wasn't wandering because she was brave. She was wandering because she had nowhere else to sleep. A cold breeze swept the clearing. She wrapped her arms around herself, but it didn't help much. "You're freezing," I said. She nodded slowly. "Our bodies rely on shared warmth during rest. We do not sleep alone." Her eyes lifted to meet mine. "Does your kind rest together?" I choked on air. Some people do." She leaned closer. "Does it bring comfort?" "Sometimes." Her pupils dilated slightly. Comfort would be welcome. And then, with all the innocence of a child asking for help, she spoke the words that made my heart trip over itself. "Calder Reeves, may I sleep beside you tonight?" For a moment I forgot how reality functioned. My brain rebooted twice. You want to what? She blinked.
Sleep.
Near you. You feel safe. The way she said it, quiet, raw, hit somewhere deep. But she saw my hesitation and immediately withdrew. I am sorry, she whispered. I have overstepped. Humans value distance. I will leave. Wait, no, I said quickly. Lethra, it's not that. I just wasn't expecting it. Then may I? She looked at me with such desperate vulnerability that refusing would have been cruel. I nodded. Her entire face lit with a soft glow I realized was her species' version of a smile. The moment it happened. We lay down inside the tent. Though lay down is generous, she curled near me with elegant precision, like a giant shimmering cat. She radiated warmth, a living furnace. Then she placed a hand lightly on my chest. I froze. This calms my heartbeat, she explained. That's okay, I said, trying not to melt into the floor of the tent. Calder, she whispered, your mind is loud. Loud. Your thoughts run fast, but your emotions are steady. It is a pleasant contradiction. She sounded almost amused. Then her voice turned very quiet. Do humans dream alone? Yeah. That must be lonely. The irony wasn't lost on me. We stayed still for a long time listening to each other breathe. She relaxed gradually, the tension melting from her body. You're trembling, I murmured. I have never rested beside someone who is not Thalrin, she said. It feels different. Good different. Her fingers curled in my shirt. Yes. Minutes passed. Then, her breath slowed. Her muscles softened. She drifted into sleep against me, with the absolute trust of someone who hadn't felt safe in years. I didn't sleep immediately. I just lay there, stunned, humbled, protective. Because in that moment it hit me. This alien girl wasn't fearless, or emotionless, or incomprehensible. She was lonely, deeply, painfully lonely. And she chose me as stranger, to ease that loneliness. Ending. The morning that changed everything. I woke to soft humming. Lethra was already sitting up, her eyes glowing brighter than the morning light. She looked calmer, deeply, profoundly calm. You dream quietly, she said. Human dreams do not disturb. Thanks. I laughed. Then she leaned close. Calder, I must ask something important. My heartbeat spiked. Did I cause you discomfort? No, I said quickly. You didn't. Her shoulders relaxed in relief. Then, she whispered, may I return tonight? I blinked. You want to sleep beside me again? She nodded. For the first time in my life, I woke without fear. Humans do not realize how rare that is for my kind. She reached out and touched my hand, tentative, gentle. You made my night whole. I had no words. Then, from the treeline, a booming voice echoed. Lethra. A group of Thalrin approached, warriors, tall and armored. Their leader, a stern woman with markings across her face, marched forward. Child of Silveruin, she barked, you disappeared from the settlement. Lethra stood, unafraid, and stepped protectively between me and them. I slept, she said calmly. With him, the leader snarled. A human. Yes, Lethra answered, voice steady, and it was the first peaceful rest I have had since childhood. The warriors looked stunned. The leader hesitated. You broke tradition. I honored survival, Lethra corrected, and I choose where I rest. She turned to me, her expression softening. Calder Reeves, will you allow me to stay with you during the nights of this cycle? Her people gasped. My heart did something physically questionable. I said, smiling. You're welcome anytime. Her glow brightened, warm and radiant. For the first time, she whispered, I am not alone. And just like that, my field assignment turned into something much bigger than science. It became a bond between species, a connection born in the dark.